Share consolidation is an action conducted by a company with an intention to reduce the number of shares trading in the stock exchange. So the company achieves this by reducing the number of shares that are held by its current shareholders. But the main purpose of this share consolidation, guys, is to try and increase the share price of a company or a stock. So I must say that many of the stock market investors don't see this as a good move. They don't see consolidating or a company consolidating their shares as a good move by the company. They take this as a lousy move. So let's quickly take an example. Let's say you own 100 shares of a certain company X, which one share is currently trading at 1 rand per share. Now let's say this company announced a share consolidation of 5:1, meaning that for those 100 shares that you have, you would have to divide those shares by 5. So your 100 shares that you had before consolidation will now be 20 shares after consolidations, because you just simply divide those 100 shares by the 5 that we got from the ratio of 5:1 that the company X announced. But now I know that some of you might be disappointed by that, but maybe something that you can take it as a good thing, and I'll tell you why I'm saying what I'm about to say it's a good thing before the end of this video. So basically, as I've said, that company was probably trading at 1 rand per share before consolidation. Now during consolidation, you would have to take, or what happens is that 1 rand per share that company was trading at before consolidation, you have to also multiply it by 5, which will now get you to 5 rands. Now this 5 rands is the current, or will be the trading price of this company after the consolidation. So yes, the plus sign, as I've said, is the fact that now that company which was trading at 1 rand per share, it's now, or will be, trading at 5 rands per share after consolidation. So as I've said, I will explain as to why can this be a good thing at some times or at some situations. Otherwise, on today's video, guys, there's no need for me to announce the company that will be doing this consolidation. As you already know by the title of this video, that is Nutritional Holdings. Now Nutritional Holdings, guys, as per the title of this video, will be doing a share consolidation. So I know many of you probably have so many questions about this share consolidation, which is why I decided to do this video and try to explain and clarify as to what is going to happen, or what might we see happening on this stock in the next few days. So guys, the good thing about today's video, guys, we will not be only talking about the share consolidations that Nutritional Holdings is going through. We will also touch base on the disposal of nutritional foods. As you will know that this company, it focuses, or its primary focus was in cannabis and the nutritional foods. So we'll talk about the disposal of their nutritional foods division. We'll also talk about their trading suspension. So the last thing that we'll also talk about is their temporary international halt in supply. So please do watch this video until the end, because I definitely think that at the end of this video, guys, you will have a clear view on what is happening in this company and decide if whether you want to continue holding your positions or your shares into this company or not. So otherwise, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor, and if you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now. You need to go and consult the professionals. So yeah, as I've indicated, the Nutritional Holdings is currently going through a share consolidation, which, yes, you did hear me correctly, it does increase the share price of a company. For those of you who might still be having questions on as to at what share price this Nutritional Holdings will be trading at after the consolidation, please don't panic, because at the end of this video you will definitely know the share price that this company will be trading at after the share consolidation process is over. Otherwise, for the benefit of those that did not watch the first video I made about Nutritional Holdings, this is a stock that attracted us because of the results that they released from their financial statements last year. I mean, you remember that this company reported a turnover increase of 102% from the previous statements that they had released, which was a very good thing. And not only that, this company also indicated a 530 37 increase of profit before taxation, which is another thing that seriously attracted us into coming and invest into this stock, because this just definitely meant that this stock is doing so well. I mean, it is not many instances where we will see a company reporting a profit increase of this high margin. So this is one of the things that attracted us initially, as I've indicated, or as per the indication from my first video that I did about this stock. But you will remember that we're also interested with the fact that this company reported an EPS of 0.08, or a positive EPS of 0.08, which was a better EPS when comparing to the EPS of negative 0.03, which they had reported in the previous financial results, which is something that encouraged us into coming and invest into this stock. But I must say that one of the main reason, or another main reason that attracted us into coming and invest into this stock, was for the fact that this stock, or this company, was trading at 1 cent per share. Yeah, so this trading price of 1 cent per share, it's one of the main things that attracted us to come and invest into this stock. Otherwise, guys, back into the latest developments about this stock. Yes, as I've indicated, this Nutritional Holdings, guys, will be going into a share consolidation of 25:1, meaning that for every 25 shares you own or you have of this company, those 25 shares will now be equal to, or will give you 1 share after consolidation. So let's say, for instance, before the consolidation you owned 25 shares of this company. Now after consolidation, those 25 shares will be converted into 1 share. But something that I think that I need to indicate to you is that it does not change the percentage you hold in the company, or the percentage you held in a company. The fact that you were owning 25 shares and now you are owning 1 share after consolidation, that does not mean that your holding in that company has changed. Let's say for instance, there was an investor who owned 1% of this company, and of course 1% would be a lot of shares in this company. So let's say that investor X owned 1% of this company before consolidation. So what I'm trying to say is that even after consolidation, or the consolidation, that individual will still be owning 1%, or will still be having that 1% holding on this company. So this is something that I need to clarify. That does not mean that you own less. You still have the very same holding that you had before the consolidation that this company is currently going through. Now, as I've indicated in the beginning of this video with that example of a 5:1 consolidation, on this Nutritional Holdings 25:1 consolidation, this just simply means that 1 cent a share that we used to see Nutritional Holdings trading at before the consolidation, it's going to now be 25 cents per share after the consolidation. So Nutritional Holding will be trading around 25 cents per share after the consolidation. But something that you ought to note, guys, is that many companies that go through under this consolidation process, though the shares might come out higher than the shares they were trading at before the consolidation, the share price tends to go down. So we might see Nutritional Holdings going below 20 cents per share. It does happen very often, or in many companies that go through this process. So, but that does not mean that you ought to panic or you ought to sell your shares. As long as you know as to what's happening in the company, as long as you have the latest developments and you know the financial statements as to how this company is performing financially, then you should be good to go. But as I've said, the good thing, for those of you who've been waiting at this point, the good thing is that you will remember that Nutritional Holdings, guys, was trading at 1 cent per share, and the selling price, or if you wanted to sell your Nutritional Holding shares, it was not possible before the consolidation, because I think if you remember, or if you would remember, the selling price was always 0.0. You could not sell your shares after buying them at 1 cent per share. Now the good thing now is that that after the consolidation, this Nutritional Holding share will be trading as 25 cents per share, and meaning that, guys, you can now sell your shares at 20 cents, 24 cents, or even 25 cents per share. If you want to sell, or if you've been wanting to sell this stock, you will be able to do so, because now the trading price of this stock will no longer be at 1 cent per share, but will be trading around 25 cents per share. And that is what I was saying when I say that there is a plus, or there is a situation where this can be a good thing. But as I've said, guys, this is a company that is currently going through a rough patch, but I definitely think that it's a short-term thing and it will recover from this rough patch is currently going through. Which now brings me to the second latest development, and that is the disposal of Nutritional Foods. So as I've indicated, Nutritional Holdings was currently operating or currently had the cannabis division and the Nutritional Foods division. Now they have decided to sell, or they are selling or disposing this Nutritional Food division, which Nutritional Holdings has already indicated that there were so many investors, or so many people that were interested in buying this division. So this is a good thing, because you'll remember that Nutritional Holdings, even from their previous financial results, they were indicating that due to the current situation we are in of the pandemic, they were struggling, or that division of Nutritional Foods was struggling. As you will know, that the majority of their clients were schools, and since schools were closed due to hard lockdowns and all that, this business suffered a lot, and which is why they are deciding to finally sell this business. So I believe, in my point of view, it's a good thing, because then it means that they can just focus into growing their cannabis division, which is something that ought to make you, me personally, something that is sort of like making me to stay into this company, or which is what will make me stay into this company even after the consolidation, because the cannabis division was doing very well, and with the cannabis sector or industry set to do very well in the future, I definitely think that they will pick up and also do very well in this industry. Otherwise, the third issue, or the third latest development that we read about Nutritional Holdings, is the halt in their international supply. So we read the news that this halt is mainly due to the supply chain requirements, transit restrictions, and packaging. So these were the main reasons why there were halts, or there was a pause in their international supply, which is something that I definitely think that it's a short-term problem that will go away as time goes by. Otherwise, the fourth latest development that we read about Nutritional Holdings is the suspension of listing in the stock exchange. So this suspension of listing, guys, happens when the security exchange, which in this case is the JSE, are having concerns with the company's assets or their financial information. So basically, this is what in most cases causes the securities exchange to suspend the listing of a specific or a certain company. So one thing that you ought to note with the securities exchange with regards to the suspension of a company, they have the authority to suspend trading of a certain company for up to 10 days just to protect the investors. So this is something that is also short term, as you would know that according to the law. But I must say that when I did my research, I did it based on the International Act, or the international law indicates that these companies can suspend companies from trading for up to 10 days. So one thing that I must indicate to you is that I don't know if probably the JSC have got or they follow a certain rule or a certain law when it comes to suspensions, but according to law or an international law, it is said that this securities exchange, they can only suspend up to, or they can suspend these companies up to 10 days. So meaning that after 10 days, these suspended companies can come and trade once again in this stock exchange. And one thing that you need to note is that during these suspensions, investors cannot trade, meaning that you cannot buy or sell shares in a suspended company or stock. The only time that you can continue doing so is when the suspension is lifted off. So, but the reason for these suspensions, we read that it was mainly due to the fact that Nutritional Holdings had some various breaches that were not in alignment with the JSE listing requirements, which is why they are suspended. We read that Nutritional Holdings tried to object and defend themselves, but JSE or the JSE ended up taking the final verdict of saying that they will temporarily suspend their listing. But otherwise, guys, as I'm indicating to you, this is a short term that I definitely think that it will come to pass, and we will continue buying and selling shares in this Nutritional Holdings. Otherwise, guys, I definitely think that this is a very good long-term stock, because as I've said, this cannabis industry is one of the industries which is set to do very well, not only in South Africa but in the world at large. As you would know that this cannabis is mainly used, or the world is starting to consider using this cannabis for medical use purposes. Otherwise, if you are not interested, or if you want to sell your shares in this stock, I think it will be possible for you to do so, though you might be selling them at a loss after the consolidation. But you, from now on or after the consolidation, you will be able to sell your shares, which is a very good thing. And because we will now be seeing the share price of this stock, or this Nutritional Holding stock, going up and down on a day-to-day, which is something that I definitely think that many people have been waiting for this to happen, as many people have been complaining that this stock has always been trading at 1 cent per share. Otherwise, guys, with all that, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you are new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.